The Dragons have a 2-1 series lead in the first round of the AWL Playoffs, and here in Game 4 of the series, the Dragons are hoping to set up an elimination game, while the Widows want to even things up. Both teams are starting rookies in this game. Yuri Igarashi for the Dragons, while our Widows have Roxy Riot on the bump. Yao Ling leads off and takes the first pitch weakly past Igarashi on the mound into center for a base hit. Chloe Nightingale comes up next. She struggled to begin the playoffs. On the 0-1, Ling tries getting the second but leaves early. She's caught on a rundown and gets tagged out, so bases are empty for Chloe. Ling not being on base hurts as Chloe sends a 2-2 to the gap in left center. Ling more than likely would have scored as the ball rolls to the track. Chloe had herself a 1-out double to bring up her sister Lilith, who's batting .417 to begin the playoffs. Lilith hits a soft liner to third for the second out, but that brings up the always dangerous Crush Gonzalez with a chance to put our girls on the board first. The 1-1 is a meatball and Gonzalez eats it up, sending it to center. Crush replaces Chloe at second as she has her second RBI on the playoffs. The Widows strike first. Now Rose Davenport's turn to see what she can do. On 5 pitches, Davenport draws a walk to bring up fan favorite Carla Pontarelli. Full count and Igarashi walks Pontarelli, so back-to-back walks load the bases for Fatima de la Cruz. De la Cruz goes down swinging, chasing the outside pitch, so the bases are left loaded and the rookie Igarashi escapes the first inning, only allowing the 1 run. Saki Toriyama is the leadoff hitter for the Dragons, and he hits the 2-1 from Riot on the ground. It just gets by De La Cruz's glove at second. The team captain sets a table for his mentor Ota Kamatari. Kamatari flips the 1-1 the other way, and he gets down into left. That brings up the incredibly hot bat of Jacob Fair. Fair smashes a grounder to second. The diving stop from De La Cruz allowed her to get the runner at second for the first out, so runners on the corners now for Chise Muto. Muto hits the 1-2 to the hole at second, but again De La Cruz with the dive keeps it in the infield to trade the second out for the tying run coming across the score. Arina Hasu now has the go-ahead run on second. Not wasting any time, she jumps on the first pitch and takes it out to center. It's over the head of Ling and off the wall. Fair scores easily from second as Muto has a 2-out RBI double to give the Dragons the lead. Kaolu Arai hits a ball to third. Chloe Nightingale flashes the leather, keeping the ball in the infield, and makes a long throw to first in time to end the inning. The Dragons don't let the early deficit faze them as they have a 2-1 lead after a full inning of play. The second inning and top of the third go by calmly, but in the bottom of the third, Saki Toriyama turns on the inside pitch and puts it into left once again, leading off with a single. Kamatari follows the leader, ripping a line drive to center. It rolls to the wall and Toriyama comes around from first to score. Kamatari gets stranded on third, but the Dragons lead 3-1. Bottom 5 and Saki Toriyama cannot be kept off the bases as he leads off again, getting on. Gamble's diving effort comes up short as it hits her on the body. Toriyama's 3 for 3. Can Kamatari also stay perfect at the plate? He hits the 0-1 in between short and second, and he does stay perfect on the game with the base hit. Ling comes up firing, but it's just late getting home. 4-1 Dragons. They only get the 1 in the inning, but the Dragons have the Bengata Bowl rocking through 5, and Roxy Riot's day on the mound ends there. Top 7, and Fatima de la Cruz leads off, facing reliever Shizuko Koyanagi. The 1-1 from Koyanagi is high, and you can't leave him up there as De La Cruz tattoos it out to left. It's hooking and gets off the foul pole for a solo home run. It's Fatima's first of the playoffs, and it cuts the lead to 4-2 Dragons. It's getting late in the 8th with 1 out. Lilith Nightingale hits the 0-1 to center. It's down for a base hit, which brings up Crush Gonzalez as the tying run. They pitch around her, and she walks 4 straight to bring up Rose Davenport, the regular season leader in RBIs. Miki Shotaro takes over on the mound, and he gets Rose to ground into the inning-ending double play, which keeps it at 4-2 Dragons, and our Widows are on the verge of going down 3-1 in the series. Down by 2 to begin the 9th. Carla Pontarelli climbs the ladder to get the 1-2 and takes it deep to center. Toriyama gives chase, but it's off the wall. Pontarelli has a leadoff double. De La Cruz gives our girls more momentum as she takes the first pitch from Shotaro and drills it to center. Pontarelli scores from second. It's a 1-run ball game now. Alexis Gamble pops out to left, so Jennifer Marks pinch hits for the pitcher spot. She works the count full and gets herself on base with the walk. That brings up the top of the order back up in Yao Ling. Yao Ling 1 for 3 with a single on the day so far, trailing by 1. First pitch and it's hit into the left center gap, getting by all the way to the wall. 1 run comes around to score. Second one also coming around and they're gonna score as well. Widows 5-4 lead. Teshima Toki then comes in to try and limit the damage. She strikes out Chloe Nightingale for out number 2, then walks Lilith on 4 straight pitches to bring up Crush Gonzalez with 2 on and 2 outs. Full count to Crush Gonzalez. She drills it out into right field. High, far, gone! Crush Gonzalez does it again. Her first home run of the playoffs, though, opens up the Widow lead to 8-4. The huge 6-run inning for the Widows propels them to the 8-4 win in Game 4, and the series is tied at 2. The 3 stars are Crush Gonzalez, Fatima de la Cruz, and Ota Kamatari. In the other AWL Playoff Series, the Tormenta are up on the Nightmare 3-1, looking to eliminate last year's Monument Conference champions. The Tigers lead the mighty 3-1, and the Monarchs have a 3-2 series lead over the Battlehawks. With our series tied at 2, Game 5 is all a setup for the elimination game in Game 6. If the Widows win, they'll be set up to end the series back home in Colonial Plaza. Dragons win, and they'll celebrate on the Widows' home field. How will Game 5 shake out? With 2 outs in the first, Orochi Arakawa faces Lilith Nightingale, who smacks a single out to center. Crush Gonzalez is next for her first at-bat of Game 5. Gonzalez scorches the 1-0 past second and into right. Back-to-back hits put the Widows in business now, as Rose Davenport has an early RBI opportunity. On the 1-2, Arakawa freezes Davenport's bat as she looks at the inside pitch for strike 3. That ends the Widow half of the first with 2 runners on base. The Widow ace-3 and a slider gets to start in Game 5, and on the 1-0 gives up a base hit to leadoff woman Arina Hasu. After keeping Saki Toriyama off base, Ota Kamatari hits a soft grounder to short, and the defense turns the inning-ending double play, beating Ota by half a step. Game 5 starts with zeros for both sides. Carla Pontarelli leads off the Widows' second, slapping a single right back up the middle into center. Fatima de la Cruz follows, but she goes back to the bench with a strikeout, so it's Alexis Gamble, hoping to avoid a similar fate. First pitch swinging, no problem for Gamble, as this ball gets hit hard on the ground into right. 2 on, 2 out for Serena Slider. Slider lays down a sacrifice bunt to move both runners up to third and second by the top of the order. Yao Ling's it with 2 outs. Ling puts the 0-1 from Arakawa on the ground. It takes a crazy hop off the dirt around second and it gets into center. Ling has an RBI with an assist from the dirt. It's a 1-0 Widow lead, as unfortunately the runners on the corners are stranded. In the bottom of the 4th, Serena Slider's in trouble with 2 on and no outs facing Jacob Fair. The 1-2 from Slider catches the inside corner for the first out of the inning. The ace continues her dominance in the game, striking out both Kaoru Arai and Maki Sanada. The Dragons strand 2 in the inning as the Widows still lead by 1. Top 5 and with 1 out, Alexis Gamble on second. Yao Ling laces the 1-0 to center. Gamble comes around to score as the throw home is cut off. It's 2-0 as Chloe Nightingale looks to get a hit in the game finally. Ling gets herself to second on a stolen base, then Chloe gets herself on as well as she singles into center. Ling moves to third to runners on the corners for Lilith Nightingale. The Widows want more. Lilith gives them just that as the grounder gets past the diving right side of the infield. Ling scores from third and both Nightingale sisters are on base. It's 3-0 as it's now Crush's turn at the plate. Arakawa wins this matchup as the rookie stares down Gonzalez and strikes her out for the second out, which brings up Rose Davenport. Davenport hits the 2-0 hard to second. It's knocked down with the bases are loaded for Carla Pontarelli. Orochi is in trouble, and it just gets worse here as Pontarelli reaches with a single into left. Everyone moves up 90 feet, and it's 4-0 Widows. They're not done yet as Fatima de la Cruz digs in. De la Cruz doesn't let the 0-2 count phase her as she drills it into the right center gap. All 3 runs score, and there's a double for De La Cruz. The Widows' big 6-run inning puts them ahead 7-0. In the bottom of the 6th, Jacob Fair with the runner on second hammers the first pitch from Serena's slider way out to left center, and you can forget about it, it's gone! Finally, the Kawaii Dome has something to cheer about as the Dragons get on the board. It's 7-2. However, that would be all they'd get in the game as the Widows win by that score and go up 3-2 over the Dragons, forcing Elimination Game 6 at home. 3 stars are Yao Ling, Jacob Fair, and Serena Slider. The Conference Championship Series is almost set up. On the Monument side, it'll be the Tormenta and Tigers both making their first appearance, while the Monarchs are waiting on the winner of our series here. It's 3-2 Widows, and with the win in Game 6, they can punch their ticket to the Valiant Conference Championship Series. To do so, though, they'll have to go through Dragon Ace Hiei Jones. Our Widows start Audrey Messier in Game 6. Arina Hasu leads off for the Dragons, and before the fans can get comfortable, she blasts the 0-1 from Messier out to center, and it is gone! Hasu's first of the playoffs draws first blood in this one. Messier bounces back though, putting that behind her with a strikeout of Saki Toriyama. He's been a tough out in the series, but so has a 3-hitter, Oda Kamatari. The 1-2 from Messier catches too much of the zone, and Kamatari makes her pay for it. It lands in the Widows bullpen for a home run. Oda's first of the playoffs gives the Dragons a 2-0 lead after their half of the first. With 1 out in the Widow first, Alexis Gamble hopes to help start the comeback here as she hits a grounder deep into the hole at short. Her speed is too much and she's on with the single. Gamble steals second, then Lilith Nightingale reaches with a 3-1 walk. She's a tying run as Crush Gonzalez steps up for the first time in the game. Gonzalez is behind 1-2, and she swings early on the off-speed pitch and goes back to the bench. 2 outs now for Rose Davenport. The 1-0 from Jones is hit to second and over the glove of Hasu. It rolls a long way out there as Davenport slides into second with an RBI double. It's 2-1. That's all the Widows would get in the inning. The pitchers would settle in and the runs would slow down till the Widow half of the 4th. With the bases loaded, pitcher Audrey Messier steps in. Look for a good pitch to get. She does get it, and it's down into center. Tying run comes across. It's 2-2. After the RBI single from Messier, Yao Ling hits a line drive that gets by Sonata at third and into left. It's a fair ball and 2 runs score, but the runner heading to third is thrown out trying to advance. It's 4-2, and the Widows get held to 3 in the inning after the inning-ending double play ends their run. What's more important, though, is that they lead for the first time in the game. Hiei Jones comes out in the 7th and is replaced by Shizuko Koyanagi. Crush Gonzalez hits a grounder to short. The lead runner from second takes off and gets in a rundown. That buys enough time for her to reach base, and the runner ends up safe on second anyway. After Aura Valentine walked to load the bases, there are 2 outs for Fatima de la Cruz. She takes the 1-2 and hits it softly to left. Asano's slide is just a trap of the ball, so it's an RBI single for de la Cruz as our girls make it 5-2. Barbara Dixon pinch hits for Chloe Nightingale and drills the inside pitch past short and into left center. She brings home a run to make it 6-2, and our Widows would hold on to win 6-2 and win the Valiant Conference Semi-Finals 4-2 over the Dragons. Jane Sappho struck out 2 batters in the 9th, and 3 stars are all Widows: Audrey Messier, Fatima de la Cruz, and Lilith Nightingale. The Conference Championship Series is all set. It's chalk all the way. We'll have the Monarchs and Widows in the Valiant, while the Tormenta and Tigers will play for the Monument Conference Championship. What are your predictions for each series? Leave those thoughts and anything else you'd like down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Keep on shining and keep on grinding. I will see you all in the next one.